Has that been a bit frustrating?
Definitely frustrating, and I think it's one of our things that we keep talking about, and we have talked about it since the start of the year. We need to find 40 minutes of consistent basketball and then put it together week after week. So we know we have a really good week coming up. It's a good test for ourselves, 4 games in 8 days and 4 states. So we're really excited, go on a bit of a tour and hopefully come back out with 4 wins and consistent basketball. I think that's the measure of this team, and the highs are pretty highs, but the lows are too low. So we have to find that measure that, right in that where we want to be consistently.
It seems like if you guys get off to a good
start,
that helps a lot. Not to say there isn't a fight, like a couple times in that game you fought back, but how much emphasis have you put on that?
Oh, definitely. I think from the start of the year we've put on the emphasis on the start and starting good, because it sets the tone. It puts the team that we're playing on the back foot, or it puts them on the front foot and they're feeling good. And when a team's feeling good, just like you see with us, it's really hard to play against. So there's a lot of emphasis on the start, being sharp, being ready to go. And I think as a team, that's something that we're trying to do better, and we need to do better if we want to win games.
Obviously been a few changes, but you guys have had, I guess, a chance now to get a few games on you.
Yeah, of course.
Rotation. Do you feel like you're a little bit more confident in who's starting and how things are going?
Yeah, of course. I think it's always hard with changes, but Gus keeps preaching. We're confident with the people that we have in this room, that we can keep winning games, and it's a team sport for that reason. It shifts. It's this, it's that. You just have to be ready for whatever coach gives us. Whatever we want to do every day, and then whatever he wants we do. So we just have to execute our jobs to the best of our abilities and, be consistent in that. I think the consistent word is probably the most important for this team. If we can find that consistency, there's no reason that we're not a top 4 final contender. But finding that consistency will be what defines, I think, this season.
She can't sit still. Perth, obviously, Perth have been so good this year.
Yeah,
you
of course.
Guys showed that you can match up with those top teams.
Of course.
How much does that help going into this one, knowing that you have beaten them?
Yeah, no, the confidence to beat any team in this league is there, I think. I think we know we just have to play really good basketball, and I think that's what school is. We do feel like we have control of that, and we have to just go out and do it. So, the Perth game gives us a lot of confidence to play any of the top 4 teams, but, we're ready to go with whoever we get any given day.
It's a tough run home, but you're going to have to beat those teams if you get the finals.
Is that of course.
Kind of the mantra?
I think the mantra right now is just one game at a time, really. We're not looking too far ahead. We know that for at least right now, we control our own destiny. So if we can just keep playing solid basketball and then focus about what's next when it comes up and just staying in the present, I think that's what we're really keying in on. And if we can do that and do our job day after day, get a little bit better every day, we'll be pretty good.
Saw this tight run you had last time.
Yeah.
You came away with all the results. Is it a balance of trying not to go too hard against Perth because you've got so many games, or can you just not afford to take?
Can't afford anything. Have to go tough. 40 minutes every single game. I mean, I think everybody in the league's tired right now, so it's not a problem of there's no excuses as you're tired or you're sore. Everybody's sore. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. So we can't make excuses, and we're not going to. And we just got to show up. There's nothing left to give, or nothing. Play like there's nothing left to give. Just give everything we got. So, yeah.
They showed in the second half, but it seems that if they don't get off to a good start, it's tough.
Yeah, I think as I said, after the game, our first 4 possessions, we missed shots and then have 2 turnovers. So our first 6 possessions are empty possessions. And to start that game that way and knowing that everything's like a must-win game didn't really set up the tone of the game. And then I thought that we started to second-guess ourselves, and then our effort dropped because we put too much pressure on ourselves with the scoreboard pressure that was mounting. So for me, the first half wasn't great and wasn't unacceptable. But then second half, the fight back, but sometimes coming from 19 down is a long way back.
What have you spoken about this week? Because it's your second big roadblock.
Yeah.
We saw how successful that first kind of tight lot of games was, and there wasn't much talk about how many you had. Have you kind of taken the same approach?
Yeah, same thing as literally what we got. We won 3 games in 6 days when we had that, and now we've got 4 games in 8 or 9 days. We take the same attitude as nobody really cares about how many games we've got in quick succession on the road. So we've just got to be able to be tough. And get through that as best as we can. Obviously, we've got a great plan in around our recovery and around our travel, but you can't kind of replicate that when you're on the road. So it just becomes in no excuses. We've got a great bunch, I think, of medical staff that we're taking 2 physios with us on this road trip, so the girls can get enough treatment to get through that amount of games.
It's a tough run home, regardless of how close together the games are.
Yeah.
but it seems like your rivals have also got a fairly tough run home. Does it feel like this one's going to go down to the wire?
Yeah, I think we've still got, Townsville twice, Bendigo twice, so we've still got 2 of the top 3 teams twice still, so we've still got 7 games left and we're playing 2 of the top teams 4 times out of those 7 games, and so same thing again, great opportunity. But if we want to make top 4, then we've got to make some noise against the likes of Townsville and Bendigo. We've shown that we can compete against like Perth, the 2 out of the 3 times that we've played them. And so now it's the time to like stand up. If we really want to go and take that 4th spot, we've got to be able to play more consistent basketball. Obviously then do it on the road and not just at home, and test ourselves. Obviously, I don't think we've played any of these top teams with our full strength team. So we still do it undermanned, but as I say, like injuries are part of it.
Perth, that win here, obviously it went down to the wire, but it looks like one of the more comfortable games that this team has had. Like, does that give you a bit of a boost and the girls a bit of a boost?
Yeah, I thought we came in with great energy with that game. I think the focus to the scout was exemplary by the team, and so when we do all of like those things, I think we can compete with the top teams. But it's those things where we lose focus or discipline in amongst the 40 minutes of the game, and that's why we're trying to strive for that being more consistent. It's not going to be perfect every single possession, but we just got to have more consistent basketball at both ends of the ball.
Han, like last time, you managed to keep her quiet for that first quarter.
Yeah.
She caught fire, but you managed to keep the rest of the team quiet. I guess, is that the trick with Perth? You kind of got to pick and choose your battles.
I think that's a trick with any team. I think Townsville, we kind of like got to treat like the same. They've got so much scoring firepower and like depth, even with Cox not in the lineup, and so you've kind of like got to pick your poison about who you're prepared to kind of like live and what kind of shots that they can and can't take. Versus trying to stop every single person. And so I thought both times we played Perth, we've had a good game plan. Last 2 times against Townsville, I don't think we've played with like our great effort and focus and discipline. And so we've got to be able to have one of those games against the top teams to be successful.
And Emmy gets another week of training and I guess a week on the road. That's going to help her get up to speed with this team.
Yeah, Emmy had 1 practice with us before we played, so she'll have a whole week of practice this week, just feel more comfortable in and around the team. And for us to learn about her too, about where she likes to get the ball, where her spots are and what her strengths are and where she fits that in amongst the team. And so we'll expect a little bit more from her coming over the next couple of days in these games, just because we've got so many games. So everybody will have to be ready to play.